Deonna Gordon. Hey!
It's LUMJTV.
It's LUMJTV.
It's LUMJTV.
What's up, y'all? This is Janessa with LUMJTV Talk. And you know this is a little spin-off of the regular interviews that I do. And I'm just talking with my friends. So today I have Deonna.
What up, girl?
Here from Atlanta, Georgia. She just moved there.
Native. It's Atlanta.
Oh, like
Native.
whatever. Anyway, so tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Deonna. I'm 25. I graduated from the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, which was founded on October 3rd, 1887.
When people go to college, they just have to
HBCU stand-ups.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, that's the rattler.
How do you do that?
It's the fangs. Also graduated from USF in December with my master's in public administration.
Oh.
Yes,
I got
so
my
go
friends.
Bulls.
Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about your nonprofit.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some things you have going on.
Yeah.
So what is the organization that you have?
It's called
We
Wise.
just went to Cookout.
In class in a lecture
What?
at USF, and the professor just was talking, and I just was like, God was like, shoom. I was like, all right, and we're typing.
And we're typing.
So, birthed that vision. I honestly got really serious about my call, and I went on a fast, and I was praying and really seeking the Lord, and that's how Wise Generation came out. Yeah.
So what advice could you give to someone who is kind of like in limbo?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you were in limbo when God gave it to you, but like a lot of times people don't know where to start.
Right.
People are like, oh, I have a vision and I have a gift, but I don't really know what to do with it, how to start, where to go, how to even do anything. So what advice could you give to creatives?
Well, to be honest, you have to really start with your blueprint, and your blueprint is the Word of God. So you starting there. Once you kind of get an idea of who God is, so you can get a reflection of who you are, then you have some type of foundation. And then as far as like moving out there, to be honest, you're not going to feel like you're ready. When I started Wise Generation and birthing out the conference, I had $67 to my name. The budget ended up being well over $1,000. So it's just like, okay, you know I can't pay for this right now. Like, so I know it's not about me. Like, just really getting yourself out of the way and just just start, and he'll meet you in the process. Like, to be honest, I put it out there, and people like that I haven't talked to in a long time were like, hey, I heard about what you're doing. Here's, an offering, and here's a seed, do whatever. And it was just people want to get a part of what you're doing. You just got to put it out there.
And excuse me, I was thinking about something as you were talking, and it's like the word reciprocity.
Yeah.
It's literally like when you go to do something,
Right.
and a lot of people are like, oh, you just have to put it into the universe. No, you got to put that into the hand of God.
Right, God.
So that something can be birthed.
Right.
So it's just like, you have got to make moves. Like, it's a song that say, get paid, young nigga, get paid. Make moves, young entrepreneur, make moves. Like, okay, that was bad, but you gotta do what you got to do out here in these streets. And that's the thing, like, if you would have been scared,
Right.
the 100 kids that came to the conference last year would have been affected.
Right.
This year, I believe it's just gonna be nuts. Like, and if just think, if you would have been scared 4 years ago, 4 years ago, it wouldn't have came to pass. So it's like, we have got to move. So if you would have been in class that one day your professor was talking, and you would have like skipped over those thoughts you had, the vision would have never came to pass.
Right.
And like, that's the reason why I always keep, like Deonna knows, I have, you can't see it in the shot, but I have books, little pads of paper and papers here, papers there. Creatives, you have got to write down your thoughts. You have got to write down like those little inklings of thoughts. Those are seeds that one day will become literally gardens that people will be able to eat off of.
Right. And while you were talking, like, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to school because this is what I think the Lord wants for me. And, I'm well educated, young black woman, I'm doing the right thing. I don't have kids. Like, I'm doing it. But while I'm doing my natural, what I think that I'm supposed to be doing in school, it's like I'm sitting in school and God is like, no, let's Let's get you further. Let me get you on my schedule. I know that you following the plan that your parents set up for you, which is great. Do all of that. But in all of that, it's still leave room for God. Because me going to school, like, even Paul was like, I count it all done. All of it. All your degrees, all your
it literally means nothing.
Accomplishment.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to wait and go to school, because I didn't want to get so engulfed in school that I wasn't following the plan of God for my life.
Yeah.
And I know my story is totally different because you have a whole master's degree and you're only 25. That's amazing. I'm gonna have a degree a little later in life, but I mean, I still feel full of my life. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to be solely involved, child, up and down, inside and up in between the church, all of that stuff. I got a chance to preach, I got a chance to teach, and all that stuff. So now I'm taking my turn to go to school, number one, to be more involved in business. What?
Taking your time to go to school.
Oh my goodness.
How does it feel?
It just feels weird. I mean, I haven't got in yet. We're going to see what the Lord say, but child, it's hard because, okay, so the thing is, it's hard because I'm 23. When you went to college, how old were you?
18.
Yeah, so I'm a little further ahead. I'm old, I feel like, and I just feel like, people are like, oh, you have more experience, but it's like, I have to like regroup my mind from all the things that I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years and literally like get a new mindset.
Yeah.
So I'm a little.
That's really all it is. And for anyone who's out there who wants to pursue their education and in college, just to be honest, first of all, you need to figure out if college is for you. A lot of times we're like, you go to high school and it's like, go to college, but maybe you just need to go to vocational school. Maybe you just need to go to a trade school. Go, I don't know, to hair school. You don't have to go to college, but whatever you decide to do, I would suggest go ahead and do it. Because I know for me, like when I got my bachelor's, some people were like, oh, maybe you should take a break. Like, no, I know me. So if I know I take a break, shut up. I know if I take a break, I'm not going to go and get my master's. So it's just like, you really have to figure out what you want, not what everyone else is rallying for you.
And that's the thing, because I went to school, I got my massage therapy license, so I'm licensed.
I'm the one that can get you some.
Okay. No, seriously. So I went to vocational school.
Yeah.
I started a business. I did all this stuff, and I was like, for me personally, because I want to be a doctor in physical therapy.
Have you ever told anyone that?
No.
This is an exclusive. She's talking about herself. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is weird. Why do you have to do that? Okay, anyways. Seriously, so I want to be a doctor in physical therapy, and I'm all about going around the way you're supposed to go, but unfortunately, I can't do that. I have to go to school. I have to get a bachelor's and then go 2 years or 3 years to get my doctorate for my specific program. So it's just like, so it's gonna take a while, but I'm excited, and we still out on the verdict to see where I got in. I applied to Clark and then Fisk. So we're gonna see.
I'm so excited, and I'm so happy for you. Because you have all these great accomplishments, so it's like you have to create a new normal and really discipline yourself. Because that's really all college is. It's discipline. Go have your fun. Go to all the probates. Go to all the events on campus. Go out of town. Go to Thanksgiving with your roommate. That's something I didn't do. I wish I would have done. Shout out to Bree. I don't know.
You wanted to be home.
Home.
Because her family's huge.
I love them.
The Jacksons. I was inducted as a cousin, but I don't know if they still accept me as their cousin. Anyways, let's talk about your family. Because that's a huge... Okay, if you know anything about Deonna, there's not a Deonna without her family.
True.
So let's talk about your family.
Yeah. What about them?
Anything.
They nuts. But they my nuts.
No, they are nuts. So
Yeah.
we all went on a cruise.
Oh.
And these people... We literally ran the whole entire cruise. It was what, 1,500 people on that boat? Mm-hmm. They all knew who we were. The Jacks. I mean, not Jackson, but I was that week.
Oh my gosh.
Tell them about the cruise.
The cruise was nuts. So we went on a cruise for my 25th birthday and graduation from USF with my master's. So it's a monumental occasion. I was like, let's do something lit. You know, you're 25. To Mexico. We went to, what was it, Grand Cayman Islands.
Cozumel.
Cozumel, yes.
Oh wait, that is Mexico. Cozumel.
And you go to college. It was fun. My uncle daddy would, okay, so for those who don't know, I have an uncle that I cherish so much. He is my uncle daddy.
And he's actually my father, so. It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke.
Long story. Yes, my mom went, my best friends went, my cousins went. Shout out to my cousins. I absolutely love and adore them.
Kendra.
Yes.
What's her Instagram tag?
Pretty
Makeup is my drug of choice. She
yes.
is a whole makeup artist. And she's lit. We're actually going to do a video later on, but we're going to talk about that later.
So it was so much fun to just be surrounded by people who genuinely are in your corner 1000%. You don't have to question their motive. You don't have to question anything. And they don't want anything from you but to succeed. So it was just beautiful. And I love cruises. So pause. Let me tell you how this girl worked up until we got on to the boat. We in line, handing the people the passport. She was like, here you go. Yeah, so did you go ahead and do that? All right, let me send this email. I'm like, Janessa.
No, I literally did. I didn't even think about that. I literally did. We were walking up the stairs and I was on the phone with the client. We walked, you know how you like board the ship? We boarded the ship and then I turned my phone off. My mother was in hospitality. Well, yeah, was in hospitality for about 10 years. So I understand the work ethic. I understand what goes into doing an event. I understand all that stuff. So whenever I am like on a cruise or like in a hotel, I always make sure I'm very nice to the housekeepers. You always leave them a tip. Like you know, make sure you take care of the people that take care of you. So the whole time we were on the cruise, and if you know me, you know I pay attention to little stuff. Like the workers there, we would like walk past and they would like move out the way. And it was like scurrying out of the way. So I'm like, I just didn't like that because I'm not one of those people that are like uppity. So I started making a conversation with one of the workers there, and she was like, I asked her a question and she just said something, and she was like, well, I didn't know how to answer that because you Americans can be really rude. And I was like, okay, you know me, I love conversation. I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? And she's like, oh, well, she was from South Africa. She's like, she was
gorgeous.
Yeah, she was. And she was a little lighter than Deonna. So she was, lighter complexion. She's like, well, I've had people ask me, do I have lions and tigers
in my backyard?
I'm like, what? Okay, tell them what else.
And it was just like, because we had asked what was the difference between like being in America and being back home, and she was just kind of stunned because probably number one, no one had questions pertaining to her.
Right. Because they're a lot of people that come on cruises are just selfish.
Yeah.
So she was not used to us asking questions
pertaining solely
to her. How are you doing today?
Right.
She was like, what? Yeah.
So they were like,
you talking to me? Was that? But that's racial profiling. How you go before them and you racially profiling? It's okay. You talking to me?
So yeah, it was just good to have a conversation with them. They talked about the differences in Africa culture and American culture, the food, the money, the life. She's in school. She's getting her bachelor's, and it's like
you're a whole person. But no one takes, well, not gonna say no one, but usually people don't take the time out to ask her. And that's the thing. She made a generalization on all of Americans. Just in instances that she's had from being 6 months on a boat. Like, that's literally nuts.
And then what got me was
this girl was crying.
Listen, y'all.
She started crying.
Okay, so when we first got there, it was fine. And then after a while, I started noticing how they would not look at you in the eye. So it's like, hey, how you doing? We're good. Like looking down, vacuuming, and that really like broke me because it's like, shut up. Listen, we spent this money to enjoy, and it's like they are going to be our family for the next 5 days. So, and they don't get to see their family. Like we were there on Christmas Eve, and they're servicing other people, cleaning up, getting ready to turn the boat over, and they're spending Christmas on the boat with strangers. So it's like, some people I don't know, they just take it for granted, to be honest.
Yeah, and then like you don't pay attention to how much time money and energy that goes into going on a cruise. She's literally about to
No, listen.
going on a cruise. The time, like, you get into your room, all you know is when you get into your room is made up. But how do you know how long it took for them to clean that room?
The whole row, like the whole level, because it's a whole bunch of rooms. And then on top of that, we were all, it was like 7-10 of us. We were all bummed out, like tired by the 5th day. They had to like get it back together because they were
and
sweeping.
I asked her, because we deboarded at what, 12?
Yeah.
I asked them when the next, cruise people come on. She's like, oh, at 3 or 4. So it's like you have 3 hours to get this whole entire boat together. And to be honest, we was acting a little slow because we went and ate breakfast again. So we really didn't get off the ship till like 1. Like,
so it's people like that.
No, seriously. Like, so next time y'all go on a cruise, think about the people that are cleaning. Leave a little $20 in the room for cleaning up the whole week. Like, we gotta think about other people. Thank you guys for watching. First of all, I'm asking you to subscribe, like, and share this video. I mean, you can do 1 or 3,
Or all 3.
Or all 3. Either way. And what's your Instagram if the people want to follow you?
My Instagram is D. Then you can also like and follow our YZ Generation Instagram page and Facebook page. And if you would like, we have footage from last year that I think will bless your life. Just YouTube YZ Generation and it'll come up and it's going to bless your life, I'm telling you.